Hello guys, my name is Aditya and in this video I am going to be discussing recent Codeforces round 704 due to C problem. So let's start with the problem statement. The problem statement says that we have two strings s of length n and t of length m. Now they have defined a sequence of m integers from p1 to pm arranged in an strictly increasing order and bounded within 1 to n. Now they call this sequence beautiful if s of p of I is equal to t of I for all I from 1 to m. Now what this means is that the character at position p of I in string s should be equal to the character at position I in string t for each p of I in this given sequence. Now they have one more definition. They define the width of such a sequence by the maximum of difference between the adjacent values of this sequence, that is max of pi plus 1 minus p of I. So this is the definition and the problem statement. Now what we actually have to find is that we want to find a beautiful sequence with maximum width. Now for the given configuration of two strings, it may be possible that there are multiple such beautiful sequences as per their definition. Now we have to find a beautiful sequence with maximum width. Now that we have read the problem statement, now let's try to say what the statement actually says. So let's write down some things from the statements itself so that we can think more clearly. So we have sequence p1, p2 up to pm in s, that is these are the indices in string s, and we have the condition for a sequence to be beautiful that s of p of I is equal to t of I. So what this means is each position corresponding to this p of i's which is in s corresponds to each character in the string t, that is t of 0, t of 1, t of 2, t of 3. Now that we see this in this way, we understand that this is nothing but a subsequence. Like this is nothing but a subsequence means this just says that t should be a subsequence in string s. So many a times this happens, like the mathematical expressions given in the problem statements are so much confusing that you get lost in those statements, and but when you try to analyze them and try to see what they actually mean, it is very simple. This makes it very clear, right? Now we know that we want to have a subsequence in s of string t, and the width of this subsequence is defined as the maximum of difference between its consecutive positions. Now let's see the difference between two numbers. For example, let's forget even about consecutive positions. So when we have a difference a minus b, and the question says that we want to maximize the difference a minus b, so naturally we want to maximize a and we want to minimize b for a minus b to be maximum, right? Now let's try to use this fact to maximize the difference between two positions for two characters corresponding in string t. So what I mean is, let's say we have find the characters in t till t of I minus 1 in string s, and we are at the moment to choose I and I plus 1 position, that is we have p1, p2 up to p of I minus 1 already chosen, and we want to choose p of I and p of I plus 1 corresponding to character at t of I and t of I plus 1, and we want to maximize the difference between these two positions. So to maximize it and using the above fact, what we can do is, since we have p of I minus 1 position, I will try to choose p of I nearest to my p of I minus 1 such that this character is t of I, and to choose p of I plus 1 I would try to find it further away from p of I such that the latter part of the string, that is t of I plus 2 up to t of m, is available in this part. So this is the farthest position, such that after it I can still make the remaining part of subsequence for string t. So this would mean that this difference is now maximized. Let's denote that difference by d of I. So d of I is equal to max difference that we can get for p of I plus 1 minus p of I corresponding to the characters t of I plus 1 and t of I. So let's try to see what this means. So I'm writing down the characters of string t, t1, t2, t3, t4, ti plus 1 up to tm. Now each of these characters are being mapped into string s by this set of m elements: p of 1, p of 2, p of 3, p of 3, p of 4, p of I plus 1, I plus 1. And this difference, the maximum difference that we can get between these is d of I up to p of m. Now what this means is the maximum difference is d of I between p of I plus 1 and p of I. This means that for all the possible mappings, that is for all the possible subsequences of t in string s, the maximum difference that we can get between the positions for characters t of I plus 1 and t of I is d of I. Now let's say we are able to find out this d of I for each of these adjacent characters in t. Let's suppose the difference between t of I minus 1 and t of I is d of I minus 1. Similarly, all these differences, maximum differences that we can get for the mappings for these two characters in string s, if we are able to find out all these d of i's, our answer will be simply max of d of I over all I. Now let's try to think how we can actually compute d of I for such positions, that is p of I plus 1 and p of I. So let's move up where we were trying to find p of I and p of I plus 1 to maximize the difference between them. So what we actually did here was we found p of I nearest to p of I minus 1, and then we tried to find p of I plus 1 farthest from, that is further away from p of I, such that the remaining subsequence, that is from t of I plus 2 to t of m, was still available in that later part of string s. So by carefully seeing this, what we can say is that we only need two types of subsequences. That is, the first one we need is subsequence created from traversing left to right and taking into account the positions of the first positions of the characters in string t that we encounter. So first positions of characters in t that we encounter going from left to right, and the other information that we need is going from right to left in string t and taking into account the first positions of characters going from right to left in string t. So I know this sounds a bit confusing, so let's try to take an example and see what I mean. So let's say our string s is a b b c a b. So this is our string s, and let's say our string t is a b and c. So let's try to give index. So 1 2 3 4 5 6. So the first type of information we will traverse from left to right, and let's call this array L, where we will take into account those positions. So while traveling from left to right, I will first try to find a in s. So the first position where I find a, I will take that position itself. So the first position where I find a is 1, that is the first position in s. Now I will try to find for b. The first position where I find b in s is at position 2, so I will take into account that position. Now the first position where I find c in s going from left to right is 4, so I will take that into account. Now for the second type of information, I need the same information but going in reverse order in t. So the first position from right to left where I find c is 4, so I will put 4 here. Now let's move towards b. the first position from right to left in S where I find B is position 3. And then let's move to A. The first position where I find A when I'm moving from right to left in S is 1. So these are the two information that I need to store. Now using this we can simply calculate. So basically what this means is this R means P of I plus 1. That is the position which is farther away. That is the position which we have chosen farther away from P of I. And what the index in L means is the position which we have chosen just next to P of I. Now let's see if we want to find let's say for string T whose indices are 1, 2 and 3, we want to find the D of I between 2 and 1. So what we will do, let's give indices to these as well, 1, 2, 3. So we will do R of 2 minus L of 1, which gives us R of 2 is 3 minus L of 1 is 1. So what this means is we will first take A in our subsequence, and to take B we are not going to take this second B, we are taking the farther away B which is at position 3. So these indices are 1 and 3. So the max difference between them is 2. So you can also visually see that the max difference is 2 because we cannot take this B since there is no C after this B. So this is correct. So for D of I we simply have to do R of I minus L of I, R of I plus 1 minus L of I, and the subsequent thus form will be first the regular subsequence till L of I minus 1, then we are taking L of I, then the subsequence at R of I plus 1 till end R of M. So if we find the values of D of I for each of those positions, that is P of I plus 1 and P of I, using this formula, the answer will be max of all such D of I values, that is for all values of I. Now let's try to look at the code. Just trying to see the theory becomes a bit more overwhelming. So let's try to go through the code and understand all those things which we talked here. So here I am taking the input of two strings and I am creating two vectors L and R. So the vector L stores the indices which we store while traversing from left to right and taking into the first positions where we encounter the characters in string T. Similarly, the vector R stores the indices that we take into account while traversing from right to left and taking in right to left while trying to find the indices in string T also from right to left. So this part covers the creation of vector L. So basically index J keeps track of the element in string T, that is the element that we are trying to find. So as soon as we find that element, I push the index in S of S where I found that element into the vector L. Then we move towards the next element in T, and this condition is for breaking out when we have completely covered the string T, that is we have completely found the subsequence in S as a string T. Now similarly this part covers the construction of the vector R. So we loop from right to left here. So I is equal to n minus 1 to I greater than equal to 0. Similarly J here keeps track of the element in string T that we are currently trying to find, and we find the nearest element from right going towards left, and as soon as I find it, I push it into the vector, its index into the vector, and then I decrement, that is I move on to the next element from right to left in string T. And similarly this condition is to break out when I'm finished traversing all the elements of T, that is I have finished finding all the elements of T as a subsequence in string S. Now I reverse the vector R because of the way we are trying to push it. So here we are trying to push the last element first. So but to calculate D of I according to this formula, we want to keep it in the first position, right? So I have to reverse it to keep the last element at the last position and first at the first position, that is to maintain the normal order. Now I simply loop over all the possible gaps, that is the gap, by gaps I mean p of I plus 1 minus p of I, those gaps, and I find the max of them. So this part is basically nothing but max of d of I for all values of I, and this part is d of I, that is the max difference we can get for p of I plus 1 and p of I. So I then print the answer. That's it for today, guys. So let's wrap it up here itself and see you soon for upcoming videos. Stay tuned and like, share and subscribe and keep solving problems.